to solve this murder. I'm your detective, Bill.
And I'm your crime scene criminal and witnesses, Dani. We're on part 8 of The Murder on the Links.
In part 7, I outlined the mechanics and motives behind P.T. Renault planning to fake his own death.
He then realised that it made sense if Bella was the one who, in trying to kill Jack as revenge for him spurning her, accidentally killed Mr. Renault.
But then, Jack Renault confessed to the murder. Something's up with Jack. Something's up with Jack.
You then go around to the household to find out exactly what happened. And
what happened?
Man, while you were out with Poirot, this was a big show. Apparently, Giraud had found out all about this Baroldi thing and figured exactly as you first did, that it must have been the mother and son in on it together, that a mother would protect her son by putting together this elaborate lie.
You don't know.
And in doing so, upon arresting Jack in front of her, Madame Renault fainted.
Oh my God.
So hard that she hit her head.
And she died?
And she's now in bed, possibly laid up for up to a week.
Oh, this freak.
I don't know how this happened. They literally say in the book that she is so unconscious she might not wake up for a week.
Oh. Okay, and then Jack says,
I did it. I killed my father.
Like that?
Something like that.
Why, Jack? You didn't do it.
So they're going to drag him up to Paris, where the proper prisons are.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, why did he do it? Why did he confess to a murder? I already solved this murder. That's the name of the show, and I did it. I solved this murder. People tune in and they think, will he solve this murder? And then when I solve this murder, they think, oh, he solved this murder, as did I. Everyone already mailed in their correct solutions. They're all like, yep, you've got it. It was Bella. She did it. Here, you laid it out perfectly. You solved every element of the crime. And then Jack comes in and he confesses to the murder. But the thing is, here's the thing, everybody. Even if we assume, okay, that's fine, it's a fake confession. It still adds new mystery, because why would you fake a confession to protect the woman who tried to kill you that you hate, that you don't want to marry? Like, it adds new mystery element, even if it's fake, because I don't know what the hell is going on anymore. Why would you do this? Why would you confess? Either he did it, which throws out my theory, or he didn't do it, which also throws out my theory. So, I quit. This is the final moment. No, I don't quit. I'm in. I'm ready.
You can't quit. Jack's going to be hanged for this.
Well, maybe he should. He confessed to the murder. I just don't get it. Why would he do this? What's going on, everybody? Have you already solved this? If so, good work. All right, okay. Take a breath. What's up with Jack? Why would he confess to the murder? Let's get back into puzzle-solving mode. Here I go. Why would he confess to the murder? Generally, you would confess to the murder to protect... either because you did it, but you probably still wouldn't confess. Mostly, you would confess to protect a co-conspirator or the actual murderer from getting punished for their crimes. He's like, I'll say I did it so that whoever did do the murder can go free. Now, my thought would be, does that mean it wasn't Bella? Does that mean it was Marta? Is there a way that Marta could have committed the murder? And Jack is like, don't worry, darling, I'll take the blame. Will you wait for me while I'm in prison? Maybe that's happened. He's trying to protect Marta. Yet again, another Renault man confessing to a murder they didn't do to protect a De Broy. Happened 20 years ago and it's happening again. A vicious cycle. History always repeats. There we are. All right, done. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed Solve This. No, okay. But if that's the case, why would Marta do it? Because I had already established the whole coat thing. That they thought it was Jack. Marta wouldn't want to kill Jack. And if she did want to kill Jack... Okay, here's the only way I could see it happening. Marta does want to kill Jack. For some reason. Hates him, was toying with his heart this whole time, realised he was out of the will and got mad at him for stringing her along. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. But let's say she did want to kill Jack. She could then
She was fully aware of the fight between the dad. She was the one who said, don't worry, just give it time, he'll see we're serious.
Oh, yeah. I don't think this is reasonable, but let's just say that she did. She kills Jack, and then finds out later that she accidentally killed his dad, and then Jack's like, oh my gosh, and she goes, I did it. out of anger. Why don't you protect me? And then Jack goes to prison. She gets what she wants anyway, which is Jack who's out of her life. Except that doesn't fit with anything that Marta has ever said or done. She seems to really be in love with Jack. Maybe she's jealous, but again, doesn't make any sense. If Bella kills PT, be thinking it's Jack, that makes sense for Bella and all of her stuff. But then the confession doesn't make sense. Unless he now loves Bella? Or Bella did the murder, but Jack thinks that Marta did the murder because Bella has framed Marta thinking that she'd go to prison and then Jack would be free now that she's realized she didn't kill Jack. But instead, Jack is going to confess so that Marta stays safe. Oh my God, I need diagrams for all this. That could be a possibility. So maybe, okay, so maybe do I need to know more? I mean, I haven't, like Bella obviously I can't talk to. Marta.
Marta is, as soon as she hears about this, she's going to come straight to you and say, excuse me, can you save him?
Okay, cool. Good. Thanks, Marta. Do you know anything about why he confessed?
Because he's stupid? I don't know. No, he didn't murder anybody. This is ridiculous. Please, for God's sakes.
Is there any chance he thought you murdered somebody?
What? This is ridiculous. No.
Is there any chance he didn't confess? Was the confession written by somebody else?
Is that a thing?
No, not really.
If so, find out if that's a thing, please.
Right, why don't I go to Paris and talk to Jack? I'm going to go to Paris and talk to Jack.
All right. You head off to Paris. You see, there is a quickie pre-trial that is happening where he gets questioned and they just try to figure out, I guess it's his bail hearing or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever the equivalent of that is.
Yep.
And so they say, hey, you recognize the knife, right? And he goes, yep, I made that knife. And he says, all right, any chance there were multiple knives out there or anything, so it wasn't your knife? You no, it's my knife. Okay.
All right.
Any chance that you were not there at the time of the murder? No, I was there. And all of his answers are just along those lines. They are despondent. They are too cooperative while not being enthusiastic. And his lawyer is really pissed off at him.
And does he have a cool lawyer who's like, my client didn't do anything you're accusing him of. In fact, it wounds my soul to think that you can look at a boy like this, a man who serves his country proudly, and think, why, he'd do anything nefarious. This is all actually, I did do it. Oh, will you shut up?
So he gets dragged. He just gets dragged away and they say, well, yes, there's nothing we can do. And at that point, you can have a chance to talk to him if you like. Meanwhile, while you're going to do this, is Poirot with you, or is he? Do you reckon he's got something else that could be helpful?
What could Poirot do? You've asked me the question, so I think the answer is yes.
Well,
he should be
you
doing
were just
something.
trying to make something happen at the end of the last episode.
I was trying to go and find
that
Bella.
You were told no.
Yeah, can Poirot go and do a manhunt?
Sure.
Poirot can do a manhunt for me while I'm here. Or a woman hunt. Or a Helen hunt. I'm going to talk to Jack and I say, Jackie boy, Jack. Talk to your old pal Hastings. I know you didn't do this. I've solved the murder already. Why are you protecting her? He says, ambiguously.
Don't know what you're talking about. It seems pretty clear-cut to me.
Really, it's clear-cut. How did your father die? I'm going to quiz you.
Stabbed with the knife.
Where was he?
Golf course.
What time was it?
Midnight-ish.
Oh, damn it, he knows the details. Why was he wearing your coat?
Because I left my coat there at one point.
Why should I believe that you did this and it wasn't Bella Devine? I say the name Bella Devine and I watch his face. I'm watching Dani's face and her eyes popped open and she looked at me like...
That's a ridiculous question.
Is it ridiculous?
Yep.
Bella Devine returned.
Nope, that's a stupid question. Don't know why you're asking. It's offensive.
What about this?
Why are you trying to look into this?
What about this note from Bella? And I show him the note from Bella that says, I love you, I'll kill you, I love you, I'll kill you.
I mean, she was kooky sometimes. She exaggerated. She's an actress. She does these things. She doesn't mean anything by it, I thought.
What about Marta? Why are you protecting Bella while trying to pursue a relationship with Marta?
So it looks like he hadn't really thought that far ahead. Okay, I'm not protecting anybody. I did this. But if I were, I don't know. What does that mean?
It means you love Bella, you freak. You shouldn't.
Huh.
I've met her and her sister. Really, I think I've just met her sister twice. But you shouldn't love them. They're murderous freaks. But if you're protecting her with your life while your fiance pines for you on the outside, you're marrying the wrong girl.
There's a knock on the door.
A knock, knock, knock. I open it.
It's Poirot.
Poirot, what are you doing here? I sent you on a manhunt.
Yes, it turns out I did not have to go very far. And
Where has she been?
he ushers you out to the front of this police station place.
What are you doing, Bella?
And there is someone that you definitely recognize as Bella at the front. It is not the one that you have been talking to.
It's the sister.
Subtly different.
Oh, I say Bella! Bella!
She puts her hand up and she says, I am confessing to the murder of Mr. Renault.
I don't even mind because you did it. I don't even care. You did it. Or your sister did it. I'm so confused. There's too many people and they're all murderers. I said we wash our hands in the case and we take a vacation. Let's go to Paris. We're in Paris. Let's see the sights. Okay.
It's at that point you see who is clearly her sister, also sort of hanging at the back, just near the door.
If you confess to the murder, I'm going to kill you. And then Poirot's going to confess to the murder.
She does no such thing. She looks miserable.
Okay. Freaks, all of them. Freaks, the lot of them. Okay. Let's all sit down. Stop confessing to murders.
All of you go into the sit-down talking room.
Let's go to the big cell. We're all going to lock ourselves away, and only one of us is going to stay.
So as it turns out, these two sisters, Bella and Dulcie, the other one's name is.
Dulcie?
They were performing in Paris.
Dulce?
No, Dulcie.
How do you spell Dulcie?
Take a guess.
D-U-L-C-E. Why?
I-E.
I-E. Okay, that's Dulcie. These two sisters,
They were performing.
Dulcie and Gabbana.
They were performing in Paris, so it was not hard to find them, and clearly they heard the news before we could even get word to them.
And then, Bella, you came down to confess, for the murder you did do, by the way, to stop your boyfriend, who is engaged to another woman, after he confessed to protect you for the murder you did. And your sister is here.
Yep, all that.
Now I don't know who did anything. Everybody murdered everyone. It was a big chain of stabbings.
Yep, she says, yeah, not only that, I got proof. You want me to prove it?
Give me,
I got it.
Give me proof.
Here's the knife. Here's the knife I stabbed him with.
Yeah, your sister just grabbed that knife out of the body.
Dulcie goes, huh? I mean, yes, I did.
But you didn't give it to your sister. You threw it in the ocean.
I threw it in the ocean.
You threw it in the friggin' ocean. There's another knife. How many? I turn to Jack and I say, you need to learn how to give gifts. No one wants the knife. What do you think all these women want with a wire knife? Also, what the hell is plain wire? Okay, Jack, tell me now. Who else did you give? You gave a knife to your mum. You gave a knife to Bella. Did you give a knife to Dulcie?
No.
Did you give a knife to Martha?
I've never met Dulcie. Maybe.
You gave Martha a knife. So Martha did the murder? Hold on. Martha had a knife. Hold on. Everyone, Dani, I need you to get a big old scythe out, and I need you to go and cut all of the strings to the many, many dolls in this scene and let their marionette corpses fall gracelessly to the floor. And I need to take a second. You start ringing up new strings for a second to pull them back up and continue this conversation. Remember this bit from about part 2? But I need to think about this for a second. No new information from these freaks.
Okay.
Okay, there is a third knife. And the third knife... Hastings is so smart, by the way, that in universe, this is all happening in milliseconds in my head. Like it's a fight scene in Sherlock Holmes. The third knife, it's Martha's. Knife number 1 is accounted for. It belongs to the mother. It went into the vagabond. It remained in the vagabond. This is knife number 1. Knife number 2 went into Mr.
Renault.
Renault. went into the shed. Bella's sister then came into the shed. So Dulcie came into the shed. She popped it out of the body. Into the ocean.
She recognized it.
She recognized it. Of course she did. It's her sister's knife.
Yeah, she didn't know anything. She wasn't going in there to take a knife.
She saw that
she
it
was
her
just a
sister's
true
knife.
crime buff, and then she recognized the knife and freaked out.
And so she was like, I got to come up with a plan. That's my sister's knife. Obviously, she recognized the knife. It's her sister's knife. She pulls it out, throws it in the ocean. She's like, oh my God, my sister must have killed a man. Luckily, I've saved her. That's great. I'm happy with this. But then the sister rocks up and she's like, I've got a knife. Don't thank me, thank the knife. She's got a knife. Here's a knife. I can't remember any of the other quotes about that Simpsons episode with knives, but she says them all because she has the knife.
Mm-hmm.
The knife is so big she falls over
Yep.
after drawing it out of her cane. Okay, I'm out of references to that episode of The Simpsons. She has a knife. She's like, this was my knife. This was the knife that killed them with. Dulcie's like, wait a minute. I threw the knife in the ocean because the knife she threw in the ocean was Marta's knife, which means Marta stabbed P.T. Reno. Everyone thought it was Bella, including me and Dulcie, once she saw it, but actually that was Marta's knife. The missing knife, the murder knife, the ocean knife, is Marta's knife.
How do you feel about the fact that in the last episode, you requested a search of Marta's house to see if she had a knife?
And there was no knife. You got me. You got me. You were so flippant about it. You're like, let's say you look around, there's no knife. You menace. No one should let you ever be a detective, of crime scene criminal witnesses. You should be banned. No wonder I took over these mysteries. Okay. That's Marta's knife. Which means Marta did the stabbing because she wanted Jack to marry her. The father was, or she found out that the father killed her father. Maybe that's a part of it as well. Maybe she found out maybe she overheard the conversation where her mum was like, hey, by the way, you're the guy who killed my husband. And then she was like, sorry? You mean the guy who lives next door killed Dad? Maybe I should kill him. And he's trying to ruin my relationship? Double whammy, stab, stab. But she thought she was killing Jack because of the coat.
Did
Otherwise,
she?
I mean, I hoped, well, she would probably know Jack better from behind. Wait, hold on, Dani. You know me. You're in love with me. I'm going to turn around and wear a weird coat, and you tell me if you recognize that it's me or if you think it's my father. Shall we test this theory out like a my cousin Vinny situation? Okay, so Marta sees him and goes stabbity stabs him. Jack finds out it was Marta and confesses, or thinks it was Bella and confesses. Either way, he thinks someone who loves him has killed someone.
Why is Bella confessing?
Because she loves Jack and heard that Jack had confessed, so she's confessing to get Jack out of prison because she loves him and she's obsessed with him. So she's confessing to save Jack, right? Why else would she confess?
Does she think that Jack did it?
Maybe. She probably does.
So what would have happened there?
Surely she just heard the confession and thinks that Jack has confessed to a murder that he did? Maybe she thinks he killed his father because the father is forcing him to marry Marta. And so he...
Oh, that's different.
I'm just assuming she's delusional. She saw... You know what she saw? She saw a man dressed in Jack's coat with a body that looks like dressed as Jack's father that had been stabbed with a knife.
Oh, that body probably wasn't there yet because it stayed in the shed, I'm pretty sure.
Digging a grave.
Yeah, probably grave digging wearing Jack's coat.
She saw a man in the coat digging a grave that she thought was Jack. She's like, oh no, what's going on? Leaves, then finds out there was a murder.
And then Jack happens to see her running away from what turns out to be the murder scene.
Oh my God, this is all so confusing.
They did not see each other.
So Jack... Oh.
But each one saw the other one.
Yeah, okay. And then, so that's why Jack thinks it's Bella and realizes he loves Bella and confesses to save her. She thinks it's Jack, and she already knows she loves Jack, so confesses to save him. Meanwhile, Marta does the murder for I think the reasons I laid out earlier, that either he killed her dad or he is keeping her and Jack from getting married. Or maybe because she thinks that Jack's in the will. I don't know. She probably does, right?
Yeah.
He was only recently cut out of the will.
They are not a rich family. And
No.
they're basically getting by on blackmail money right now.
Yeah, the ultimate blackmail is murder.
And there is a...
So she thinks she's hooked Jack. Maybe she has. Maybe they secretly got married. I don't know. She thinks she's hooked Jack, so she kills his dad to get the money. And because she doesn't like him.
But unbeknownst to her, until probably quite recently, Jack is not in the will. Everything has gone to the mother.
Now, my only question about that all seems to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any reason for her that this timing made sense? That she would try and kill him on this day?
It's less of a ironclad reason for doing it. And again, so some things that you have pieced together that made it happen that way. So Marta lives here. She probably hangs around the golf course sometimes.
She
Maybe
did see
goes to get a nice view of the ocean sometimes.
She overheard the fight with the vagrant. Did she overhear the plan with the vagrant?
Very likely. She's overheard a lot of what's been planned with this.
Him.
She probably overheard the fight with the vagrant, might have even seen him die, probably heard Mrs. Renault come down and discuss, oh, what do we do with this body?
She overheard the whole plan. So she thinks now is the time to get him because otherwise he's going to leave forever as well. I need to make sure. But if he...
They are planning on cutting off Jack and leaving forever.
Yeah. So that's it. I think, does that mean, are those all the details? Someone quickly arrest Marta.
There's just one little extra bit of drama to add on to that for a finale.
Marta is dead.
Believe it or not, in the book, yeah, that totally happens.
What? She dies in the book?
Oh, we'll get through that.
Oh, we're leaving that for the autopsy then?
Yeah,
or is that, okay.
Like it's totally not relevant for what happens now.
Sure. How could that not be relevant?
Cool.
Okay.
Marta by now knows the will situation. It's been talked about a lot. She knows that didn't work. She knows that all of the money has currently gone to Jack's mother.
Oh no, she's going to kill the mother.
The mother is currently lying comatose in a bed.
Oh my god, everybody run, we're going to save the mother. Oh my, get to the hospital quickly. 100 cars, 100 guns, 100 people. Go. We're going to run to the hospital. We run to the hospital with 100 cars, 100
The hospital, they don't believe in hospitals here. She's in bed.
Fine. We run back to the Via Genevieve. I call ahead. I say, Leona, kill her.
You make it.
But not Peter Renault. It's why.
You all try to rush there. All the police had left the house at that stage. There was nothing going on.
Bex!
You try to get in, you pound on the front door. It's locked, you can't get in.
I don't pound on the front door, I climb through the window, through the tree.
You are very clumsy at this. So, someone,
Jack,
says, stand aside, I've got this. And it's Dulcie. And she flips her way up the tree, through the window,
freak.
Finds Marta, about to, stick a needle in Mrs. Renault's neck.
Karate chops it out of her hand.
Acrobat tackles her.
It's the 1920s. They were obsessed with Japanese jiu-jitsu in the 1920s. She learned batitsu, and she fights her off.
And at that point in the book, Marta hits her head and dies.
Why? She doesn't need to die.
I know.
All right, Marta's dead. Let's go home. We cracked it, everybody. Marta's dead.
You can arrest her if you like. Alternatively, if you go by the book, Marta is dead, and Hastings marries Dulcie.
Really?
And they live happily until
married
curtain.
Dulcie?
Yeah, he married the
lovely.
17-year-old.
Well, okay, don't ruin it for me, Dani. She's 29 and he's 33. It's fine. The old man stuff was a bit. It's all good and lovely. I'm choosing to see the positive in this situation. Solve This Murder is created by Bill Sunderland and Dani Siller as part of the Consume This Media network. To find out more about all of our shows, you can head to consumethismedia.com. A special thank you to Jared, Devon and Whit from the podcast Advanced Sagebrush and Shootouts for creating our theme music. And thanks to all of you for listening.